What's up, guys? Joel from the Fun Pimps here. I'm here to do a little more Q&A. Looks like last week you guys liked the drawbridge. Awesome. Tree houses were a runner-up, and signs, vending machines. Oh, my catwalks came in last. But hey, you know, it's just a little item I did. That's cool. I'm sure you guys are going to like them. All right, so let's see, what do we have here? Odetta. Thanks for answering my questions in the last video. You're welcome. Question. I understand we are getting companions like wolves and bears in the future. My question is, will we see bandits and NPCs with companions also? Like a bandit with a pack of wolves, very intimidating and awesome, or an NPC with a bear. This could also stretch to zombies, like a zombie that has a swarm of hornets around it, or vultures. I would say as long as we get the faction system in place that I would like to see, then yes. I mean, we kind of already see this in the game anyway. I mean, zombies mix in with other zombies, and they basically, you know, and they mix with the zombie dogs, and then dogs attack bears, etc., etc. So yeah, I think this shouldn't be too hard to do. So hopefully, yes. WR Rebella wants to know if we have another team guys recording and talking about the whole process and news would be awesome too. Maybe something about modeling or even procedural thing. You know, who would like to talk about all the work in his area? Well, yeah, maybe. Kind of thinking, you know, I'm probably the only one who's really got time to do this, so you know, you guys are kind of stuck with me. If everybody was doing this, you know, I think it would just probably eat into our time too much, and you know. But I don't know, if he wants to, that'd be cool too. But I think those guys are just hardcore into development, and I kind of like to talk to you guys, and so I'm the self-appointed dude for the job, I guess. Let's see, Guppy Kerr, my favorite guy. No, really, I like you, Guppy. Even though you're a little critical, you're still a good guy. Figured I'd ask in the correct thread, what happens when you stand under a lowering drawbridge? When you stand on a raising one, new trap possibilities abound. Tell you what, I will try it out in the next video and we'll find out what happens. Crash. Are the new railings at the start of the video replacers or a new type of railing? They are a new type of railing. Drawbridge looks great, thank you. And the metal catwalks, I would like to have something you can look through. Those are still very nice. It's actually the way those shapes are set up, you can assign whatever texture you want from the block atlas to them. They're not like the 3D models like the trash or some of the other pieces we have. These are block shapes, and so any or nearly any block texture can be assigned to them. At least, yeah, I would take a little, let me think about that, but I think it's possible. At least I know you can swap out any of the opaque textures. Dwall Lord says, do you think you guys might add the vending machine damage code to the land claim block? Is that something you guys are discussing, or you're going to wait and see how things work out with the new land claim PvE, PvP options you were talking about? Actually, we're kind of making a universal land claim, I was trying to think of the right word for this. Basically kind of like an ownership rule set for the land claims, and we'll be able to apply that to doors, vending machines, and pretty much anything else. So once that's done, yeah, we're pretty much going to apply the same sort of properties to the vending machines. Question 2, will A15 localization files be sent from, I have no idea. I'm not really into localization stuff a whole bunch. Thanks for your time. Thank you. Trantez says, I heard that farming would be getting a boost in Alpha 15. Could we have a preview of the different effects? I don't know about a preview. It's kind of hard to watch corn grow. I can tell you this, crops are going to grow slower, and fertilized crops, fertilized ground will yield, quite a bit, and just plain ground, fertile ground, will just yield a little bit. So it'll probably be a little weaker than what you have now until you get it fertilized, and then it'll be better than what we have now. But in any case, it's going to take longer to grow in, probably about 5 days, I'm guessing, but until we do some testing on it for sure. We'll wait and see. But it's going to make, food a little more, or farming, a little harder to get off the ground at least. Said Lena wants to know, scrapping is rebalanced to avoid XP exploits some time ago. Fair enough. Though this rule could be refined a bit to only affect items that can be crafted by players. But I don't know. I don't have time to read all that. Keep your questions short and pretty simple. U2020 Bullet. Any chance random world gen will get reworked to have less huge lakes and oceans? Yes. We're going to redo random gen at some point. When? I don't know. Ronan. Will there be some kind of turrets implemented? Yes. We already have the model, and we just need a little code and to kind of finalize the design on them. But yes, turrets are coming. More makeshift normal weapons and makeshift normal attachments, blah, 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 duct tape and binoculars. We have some more weapons coming. 3, fire, will it be implemented? Hopefully. Just, we got to keep things running good. So, if we can get fire implemented in a way that doesn't destroy the server CPU and all that, and client graphics side, then yes, we want to do fire. Number 4, more special infected zombies. Hey, if you watch the video today, you're going to see some. So yes, we have UMA zombies. Everybody's saying, what the heck is UMA? It stands for, I think, Universal or Unity Multi-Purpose Avatar, and what that means is it's our character system. You can take a naked dude and put clothes on him, male, female. You can swap their outfits around. You can have, plant fiber pants. You can have anything you want. You can do overlays like a T-shirt. I can put a logo on a T-shirt. It's a system. We've got it pretty smoothed out now, and you guys, I'm sure you've kind of noticed how much better the characters are looking in Alpha 14. And they're improving to get better. We're adding more hairstyles. Basically, if you've ever played an Elder Scrolls or Fallout game, it's kind of a similar system to what they have in terms of characters and their bandits and whatnot. It allows us to make an endless number of character types and change their body shape, change their face shape, expressions, blink their eyes, eye color, shirt color, skin color, everything. I can give them moles, warts, damage, everything. So you guys just saw kind of the very first version today of the UMA zombies, and there's just unlimited potential there, and I'm really excited about it. Number 5, will the melee combat be more sophisticated, adding a kick move? No, I don't think so. Push, doubt it. Block with weapons, maybe. Using stock, I don't know what that means. And food spoilage, I doubt it. There's enough to do in our game. We don't need food going bad and stuff, but maybe crops could get eaten by animals. We're talking about putting that in, so there's going to be some risks to farming. But I think if food's spoiled, then you wouldn't be able to stack it anymore, and you'd have to lug around each individual piece because it would need a degradation bar or a quality bar, and that would just be too much to handle, I think. Fishing and boats, I would hope so. We'll see. Makeshift 4-wheel vehicles, I don't know. We have to, get a little further with some of the planned vehicles we have, and then we'll we'll look into all that. Yeah, I know we're going to do a motorcycle, a big one. I've already think it's been leaked, so you know, I thought I put a picture of it on the blog a long time ago. Maybe I didn't. I was going to. It's been around forever, but we just need to hook it up. Will you add some kind of alarm if someone's attacking your base while you're away that will alert you? Maybe. Mutant bandits, maybe. Be easy to do with UMA. Will you be locking the door before you start recording from now on so people don't come barging in? I barricaded the door, just like the zombie apocalypse. So yeah, nobody's coming in. It was not in the script, but I left it in there because I thought it sounded kind of funny when, you know, I baked the video out and was listening to it. Kingdom brag. In the next video, can you show off the metal catwalks some more? Specifically what they look like when attached to a building. I can't talk. Also, we're getting dynamic blocks like a drawbridge. So how about a fire escape ladder to go with the new metal catwalks? Yeah, if you put them next to a building, it's no different. The face that is adjacent to the building, the railing gets hidden. So I've already built a fire escape as an example. Yeah, I'll probably make a ladder. Everybody will probably use these and quit using the other ones because they look cool. Renegent wants to know, Mad Mole, are you planning to make more kinds of ladders, bridges, and so on? For example, flexible rope bridge which swings. Yeah, I don't know. You guys, this is a voxel game, and doing animated, you know, bridges like that in a voxel game are a little trickier. You know, and to make rope organics and all that look right when everything's on a 1 meter grid, you know, that's really tough to do. If it was one big giant, you know, it's just not easy to do something like that in a voxel game. Or a rounded curved 4-tile with stairs. Oh, you mean like a circular staircase? That would be kind of cool, actually. I mean, you can kind of do it now just by taking stairs and wrapping them in an upwards, you know, pattern over the top of each other. I've done that before, so we'll see. Let me play around, see what I can do with what we have, and if I think, you know, we need that, then maybe so. It'd be kind of cool. Nazco wants to know, Mad Mole, will zombies ever get damaged from falling or drowning? Well, they already lose their legs when they fall, and zombies aren't alive. They don't need to breathe, so why would they drown? Every zombie movie I've seen, they don't, you know, the undead don't need to breathe water, so I don't have any plans on making them drown. That would just make it way too easy to kill them. I would love to see different options and rules on my server, like running and don't starve. I don't know about any of that. I'm not into server stuff too much, and we don't like a billion options because it just makes finding a good server with the default game really difficult. And we're in alpha, so, you know, we want to keep the bug reports focused, you know, and I'm all for options when we get a little closer or we're gold, and then we can add a billion options and you guys can do what you want with it. 10. Nice avatar. You're looking pretty good, buddy. Regarding equipped wearable items and buffs, are we still getting items that can buff and debuff when worn, like radiation suits that will... Yes, I don't know when, probably not A15. I mean, it just all depends when we get around to that, but yes, I definitely want all that stuff. And we do want to, like, improve cold and hot weather survival. Stompy NZ wants to know, hey Mad Mole, could you give us a quick rundown on what the various team members are working on for A15 along the lines of the blog post you did for a previous alpha? Let's see. Chris is up to, he wrote a network. I don't know. hardly anything about it, so you know, confuse me if, or forgive me if I'm confused or wrong about this. But he wrote some kind of networking analysis manager, and he found a bunch of stuff, packets that aren't being sent, blah blah blah, or that, excuse me, I'm wrong. That too many packets are being sent for stuff that isn't needed, so we're cleaning that up, and so some good networking optimizations should come from that. Honestly, I don't know what Alec is up to. I forgot. Favelli, he's still working on some console bugs. But he did do the new sound engine for Alpha 15. Went from like 4,500 lines of code down to around 1,000. Just, you know, completely cleaned it up and made it easier to fix all these sound bugs if any come up. And I think the plan is to try and get attenuation in, so you know, a distant gunshot sounds different than an up close gunshot, stuff like that. Muffly sounds at a distance, etc. Should be pretty cool. Let's see. Rick is pretty busy just dealing with the console stuff and Telltale. But I think oh yeah, he's gonna be putting some trader POIs into the Navigaine and making them available for random gen so that the traders have a fort where they live. Joe did something you guys are really going to be excited about. It's not like client-side combat like I had talked about or we called it. He said that's a little misleading, but what he did do was fix the combat. So it's pretty much kind of like what I said. I haven't tested it or seen it yet, but I was going to try to connect to some multiplayer games and fight the zombies and see how it plays. So hopefully no more getting bitch slapped from 20 feet away, because everybody hates that. We're gonna, you know, so that's pretty cool. Robert is he's working on the AI and maybe doing for the bandits. Let's see, Christian, our third Christian on the team, he is doing, you know, he's doing world building. He's been working on a hotel. Asia is working on the wolf. Joey just did this UMA zombie face for me. The zombie faces for UMA, he did those textures. And Koji, our animator, I think he's working on the bear and you know, cleaning up third person animations to look better. Probably forgetting some people. Eric, he's working on some kind of cool Black Mesa type secret underground lab, POI. Oh boy, who else? That's all I can think of at the moment. I know I'm forgetting some people on the team though. Anyway, hey, I cannot pronounce your name. Thanks for giving us a chance to post some questions and answering them. I have one suggestion. Since it was a long sit to watch, I noticed you had not read all the questions beforehand, and you could probably streamline the videos if you read them before and not read them all out loud. I don't know. I think I need to read them out loud. Otherwise, nobody's going to know what the question is. And, you know, the way my videos have been, I don't know if anybody can actually read this text on my screen, so I think I need to read them, dude. Your questions are, any chance that in the future the repair action could not be tied to knowing the recipe for the item? This would allow more item locks behind recipes while still allowing people to repair their found traded items. I don't know. It's kind of like saying, hey, I'm gonna fix this motherboard, but you know, I don't even have the manual and I've never even worked on computers before. You know, how do you do that if you don't know how to do it? I think you need a book. I think you need to have the knowledge, and you know, it's kind of this part of the deal. Use it till it wears out and find another one. Until then, find the book. I think that's pretty good gameplay to me. You mentioned previously that Random World Gen in its current form was not going to be patched up further. I don't know where you read that. Does this mean in the future there'll be an entirely new... Oh, okay, maybe that's what you meant. I don't know about entirely new, but we're going to improve Random Gen, and we want to look at pre-generation so it can be as best as it possibly can be. And we don't have to worry about how fast it is to generate the world. If we just do it offline and the world is generated and then you play the map, then it's going to be better. Yeah, it'll take a little time to load to pre-generate, but we can have it be awesome that way. Because I know we've ran into problems where, you know, the math for certain things was just too expensive, so it was too slow, so we had to remove some things. And I'd rather just have a really great random gen, and who cares if it takes 2 hours to make a map before you get to play it. I don't. I want to play that world for, you know, 100 hours, so who cares if it takes, you know, it probably won't take 2 hours, so I'm just saying, if it does, to me it would be worth it. It probably might only take 10 minutes, 5 minutes to make the whole world out. I don't know yet. Will there be different versions of the same POI, such as the gun store, like pristine, decayed? I don't know. Not a lot of variety. I think we already kind of do that. I mean, some POIs seem like they're recycled from another one, just a variant, so could be. I think the general plan is to make everything destroy. There's not going to be anything pristine if I have my way. I'm going through all the textures and adding decay, cracks, and grunge to every texture in the game. It's just a matter of time before everything looks totally wrecked, which is the look we're going for. It's, you know, the apocalypse happened, the shit hit the fan, things are bad, and I don't think, you know, coming into this pristine house just doesn't make sense. Everything's ransacked already, and you're lucky to find an old candy tin. Are there any plans on not having player level have such a big effect on what quality of loot? As it is now, especially as you play without loot respawn, it is better to not loot a gun safe, for example, at a low level, because it will not spawn any good gun parts. No plans for that. You know, I don't know why you play without respawn. I mean, it's just kind of like, it just has to happen, you know. You just have to revisit those areas and reloot them, I think. You know, it's a simulation, you know. Maybe some bandits moved in and they left some better quality gun parts behind. I don't know. I would like to see the POIs kind of reset so it feels natural that they respawn and there's a new guy living there, and maybe it's zombies the first time, maybe it's settlers the next time, maybe it's bandits the next time, so on and so forth. But have that place be fixed back up, and there's more loot there to be had after you clear it out. I don't like right now how you can go in there and just loot everything the second time for free, essentially. I'm gonna take a little break. Be right back. And I'm back. Will the crafting timer of the stone axe be increased to prevent easy XP in smithing tools? I don't know. I guess that we could probably a little bit. I don't want it to be too slow because, you know, you spawn, that's always the first thing most people craft. And I don't want it to take forever. But yeah, that might be a good point. Let's see. The Marshal wants to know, will you add different ways to farm some plants or crops? I doubt it. We don't like confusing systems. I'd love to get a way to farm red flag. Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you meant like a different method, like, you know, farm them. I don't know. Yeah, we want to add more crops. It's just a matter of getting, you know, all the little assets together. So for mushrooms, we could treat a dirt block with some fertilizer and make a completely dark room under our base. Yeah, mushroom. Yeah, I don't know. Most likely, we'll probably add some more crops that you can grow that, you know, for the stuff that you can't. The Last Survivor. Hey Joel, I've been curious if you guys plan to upgrade or improve the player movement system we have now. I understand it would be a top priority, but it wouldn't be a top priority, but currently your character seems more like a floating camera with no real sense of movement. You know, I don't know what happened. We put UFPS in, which is like an awesome first person camera, and it had weight and it felt great, and I don't know, something come along and I think broke it, so things feel pretty. I was watching some YouTubers play and it's like, man, it just looks stiff, like some 1995 RPG before Quake, where, you know, kind of standardized camera bob and all that stuff. So I don't know what happened. We'll have a look at it. I'd like, you know, I know I know for sure we had it in there for a while. Yeah, it does feel like a floating camera right now. So yeah, we'll fix it. I mean, that bugs me. So I know we had it in there for a while, so we'll take a look at it and figure out what's up. Jewish Overlord. I heard that weapons are being defined as one and two-handed already. Are you going to implement shields and possible shield bashing someday so we can go full medieval on these zombie hordes? I'd like to see some kind of shield. Problem is, you know, we only have one hand, and you know, we don't have dual wielding. So yeah, you could shield, block, and bash maybe, but you couldn't fight back unless you changed weapons and then struck and then changed to your shield and then blocked with it. So I don't know how cool that would be. We'll see. Our RSV777 wants to know, looking forward to the release of Alpha 15. Any chance of a Fun Pimps live stream on release? Would be a great way to introduce it. Well, I'm planning on, I don't know if I'm going to stream, but I'm going to do a let's play and just record everything and upload to YouTube as we get closer. Marbu, anything changed regarding Minibikes? Nope, just bug fixes. Will NPCs have Minibikes in their camps? I doubt it. Minibike is kind of a hard to get thing, and you know, I don't know. We'll see how far they come, but I mean, right now in the foreseeable future, no. Can we pay bandits to follow our orders? Probably not bandits. Bandits are going to be shoot on sight almost no matter what. A mercenary, though, that you might find at, you know, an inn somewhere or whatever, you know, a settlement, you might be able to find a mercenary or recruit a bandit to kind of follow you around. Not a bandit, a mercenary or settler, but not bandits. Bandits hate your guts and they want to kill you. NPC factions. Love the videos. Enjoy the straightforwardness and insight you provide. My question is this, from Balzacgu. Are there plans for reputation or faction system for raiders? We're talking about a faction system. Let's see how it shakes out. Love to see being able to raise a faction with a certain, hopefully customizable group of bandits and perhaps lose faction with traders. So everybody wants to be the bad guy. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if we want to allow that or not. We'll just have to see how the game, you know, how it all works out. So it's kind of like, you know, everything's so early right now. It's hard to say. Just depends how smooth everything goes. If we have trouble just getting them ducking and taking cover, then, you know, stuff like this seems to be lower priority. But, you know, if once it all comes together, I'd love to see stuff like that. ABC wants to know, on bandits, will all bandits have AKs or big guns and no melee? No, they have a wide variety of stuff. Considering how hard they are to find, it seems unrealistic to not encounter some bandits with strong melee weapons or pistols instead of these powerful weapons. They have clubs and all kinds of and pistols and whatnot. So yeah, there'll be a variety of weapons that they use to attack you with. Maybe implement bandits only as wandering hordes. A random bandit walking around like a biome zombie seems unrealistic. More realistic to suddenly have a bandit or 2 or 3 on a mission walk by. They should be very strong and avoided in the early game. And have the wandering horde mechanism. Yeah, we're going to have wandering bandits, but in the wasteland they're going to be everywhere, kind of like zombies. At least that's kind of the plan we're going with, at least for Alpha 15. You know, later we want them to have strongholds that they're kind of in, so they're not just like scattered. We'll see though. I mean, it'll be cool. It's a work in progress. Seraphin wants to know, hey Madmole, will Borders of Venom Gen get an overhaul? Will there be more or maybe even only rugged biome borders instead of these unnatural straight borders? It probably wouldn't be any problem at all to, like, you know, put some noise in the random gen and make it kind of mountainous or rugged or whatever you want. I don't think that's a big deal. Let's see. I don't know how to pronounce that. Was wondering if you were thinking of other things to cook in, something like a Coleman camping stove that could use biofuel as fuel. I don't know. We have a campfire. I mean, you want to, I don't know. It just seems redundant to me. We already have a campfire and a cooking pot and all those things. To me, this just seems like a bunch, you know, more work, you know, just for a different model, but it does the same thing as something we already have. So I don't really, you know, you'd have to find it, and, you know, it would just be work to do something you can already do. So why don't we do work for something you can't do, you know, and add something new to the game? That's how I see that. LD Air Graphics wants to know, I would love to see how quick bandits are to react to a situation when provoked. What type of collision collider they will have? Well, the collision will be just like the zombies. They have very accurate collision, which means you got to shoot their body to hit them. They don't have some big giant cube that you hit. You have to hit them in the head, to hit them in the head, hit them in the arm, to hit them in the arm, etc. Will they only respawn once a player has entered his collider? You can't enter another player's collider. You collide with it, unless you're talking about like the zone they're in, like their world. I mean, they're going to see you when they see you, kind of similar to how zombies spot you right now. They have kind of a view cone. Yeah, I hope stealth gets a big improvement and you can sneak up on these guys and do stuff to them. Tank, will you add two-seater bikes? I don't know. You know, that's something we haven't done. I'd like to have sidecars and all that, or somebody be able to sit behind you and hang on. That'd be cool, but, you know, until we can do it, I can't say we're going to add it. I'd like to see it. Number two, or if you were on a roof of a house, is it difficult to put a block on? It is difficult to put a block on the edge of the roof. There's always the danger of falling. Could you add the falling feature? Yeah. We've read this thousands of times. I know what you're talking about. I can do it pretty easily. You just have to strafe out a little bit, and all you got to do is catch the edge of that with your cursor and pop the block on. Then you walk out on that block and you move forward, placing blocks on the other ones. You know, I've never fallen off a roof in all the years I've played this game. You know, it's not hard. I think making something like that, you know, it would probably add a little value. I don't know. We'll see. 6 days ago, Gippo the Gip. It's Gippo the Gip again. How you doing, buddy? Will you be locking the door before you start recording? And learn to pronounce names. It's Gippo the Gip, not Gippo the Jip. All right, hey, I got it right this time, and I didn't even screw it up, and I hadn't even read this right. So hey, all right, Gippo the Gip. Next page. Hazardous. Hi, will we ever see any change to the crossbow model? No, I like the crossbow model. I think it's awesome. Sometimes the character model's hand blocks the sight when aiming, and the iron sight isn't very precise. Well, that sucks. Maybe we can fix it. I was noticing when I was iron sighting the AK-47, it was just nasty. I couldn't see crap, so we need to fix that. And while we're fixing it, I'll take a look at the crossbow, and if I find anything that's intrusive, we'll try to fix it. Will we ever be able to add a scope? I don't see why not. I mean, I think the deal is, here's the deal. I think to add a scope, it has to have quality range and all those parts and pieces. So maybe we need to make the crossbow component based, so you craft a stock, parts, you know, barrel or whatever you want to call it, and then you put it together, and then you can put a scope on it. So maybe we can do it without that. We'll look into that though. That's a good point. It should have a scope. It should be awesome to have it would be awesome to have a scoped crossbow. King Leoric, will Alpha 15 possibly be featuring the legacy mode option of using the old menu, the right-click menu for that? No, we're not putting a right-click menu back. We might do some keyboard shortcuts at some point, but the action menu works fine. We don't need a right-click menu. It's just redundant stuff that you can just, it's just as fast to click on the action menu and do something than it is to right-click through a bunch of nested stuff. In fact, it's faster now. So sorry, right-click menu fans. I don't think we're going to put it back, but we do want to do some shortcuts for scrap and whatnot. So maybe you'll see some of that. So that'll alleviate your pain. Annabella, what's up? Question: will the block ID limit be increased in Alpha 15? I know you modders. I know what you modders want. I know exactly what you guys want. Please, and can I say please and make the sad puppy dog eyes if it helps? All right, just for you, Annabella. I will talk to Chris and see if we can increase. It's going to take a day's worth of work, he said, and I already looked into it. If it was easy, it'd have been done. But a whole day of programmer time is like, you know, gold. So I don't know. But I'll push for it. I mean, it probably needs to happen, so probably not a big deal. I will hope to get that in for you. And what I would like to see in the next video is the farming changes. How do you see crops grow? I mean, I guess I can just, I don't know. Didn't I show farming in that first video? Oh, new crops and fruit trees. We're not doing any more trees. It's just too much work, and it adds a lot of memory because the trees are like have big textures and billboards, and I have to do the trees, and I'm tired of working on trees, so I say no. I'm sorry. How about a tomato plant or something? I don't know. All right, new cooking recipes. Yeah, we're gonna do some food work. So anyway, thanks for your question. Creator. How do you create your creators? That's a tongue twister. Creator created a crater. Say that 5 times really fast. All right, sorry. Mad Mole, thanks for doing the videos. You're welcome. In the last video, you showcased the ability to build a raised platform while simply staying on top of it, instead of having to build it from below or creep out over the edge. Will we be able to do that with all the blocks? I did. We showcased the ability to build a raised platform while simply standing on. I don't remember what I did, but I have some mad FPS skills, so I make stuff look easy. I don't know. I guess I'd have to watch that video and I'll let you know. Kamikaze. No, I don't really have mad FPS skills. I was really good in the 90s at Quake. I could destroy anybody. I could destroy like 10 guys against me. I was that damn good, but I'm getting old. And if you don't play FPS like, oh, you know, 3 hours a day to keep your skills up, they just kind of like, you kind of lose some of you lose it. You just lose it. You have to practice. And you have to play all the time. And, you know, right now I'm working on learning to draw better. I'm trying to become an awesome concept artist. I've always been an adequate artist, but I got a Wacom and I've been drawing like crazy trying to get better. So, you know, no time for FPS stuff anymore. Kamikaze, long time targets. Are you planning some long time targets or making game fun for longer time? I was wondering what the hell a long time target was. Something like hard group quest you can do with your friends, yeah, we're gonna do some. We're talking about having like radio quests. You craft a walkie-talkie, and you can like get a group quest, and it'll kind of let you know how difficult it is, or what the bounty is, or the reward is for it. And you and a group of guys can go do that. Like some settlers are being attacked by zombies, go save them, and before the night's over, kind of thing, and you all get to divvy out some XP and some dukes for your work. I absolutely love the game and have fun until I reach that point. I have safe, unraidable fortress. Yeah, we're working on that. You guys are going to be in for some surprises on Alpha 15. I haven't showed you guys everything, and you guys are going to be shitting your pants when you're getting your fort wrecked and you're dead. That's all I have to say. There's going to be some new difficulty for late game, mid to late game, and it's going to be cool. All right, 200 players online. No, we're going to be lucky to get 16 players or something. And the voxel game. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say that. Never say never. But the nature of building chunks and having a dynamic world, you're just constantly having a lot of CPU issues. It just takes a lot of CPU to rebuild chunks all over the world, and more players aggravates that problem, making it a real challenge. So, I don't know. We'll see. But no, 200, never. I will say never to that. If we could get to 25, I'd be really happy with that many players. I mean, what would you do with 200 players? You're just gonna bump into each other, and it'd be like Rust. It's like I played a server. I joined a server on Rust, and it was like there was like 50 guys on there or something, and it was like everywhere I go, there's a guy with a rock coming after me. A noob, gangs of noobs with rocks, and they're all just killing each other. And there's no time to even build a fort. All you can do is just a rock fest, and that's not fun. It's just bullshit. So I don't know what you want to do with 200 guys, unless you wanted to have a strategic 100 versus 100 organized clan war kind of thing. But I just see that as chaos and horrible frame rate. I don't know. I know there's value. Don't like bash on me because I don't like that stuff. But I know there's value in it, but I just don't see it fitting into our game all that well. I mean, I'd rather have 200 zombies on the screen. But, we do have some PvP ideas we want to do in the future, and that's going to probably make something closer to this feasible. You're probably, it comes at a cost, though. There's probably not going to be that many zombies in the world. We'll have like a PvP mode where a lot of players can join, but, we're not going to have a lot of zombies. Something like that. We have some ideas we're going to explore. We'll see how it happens. Oh, you already had your one question. No, sorry, I'll check it out. Would it be possible to change the land claim hardness to hit points? Actually, we talked about that, and we're talking about doing that exact thing. So if it works out, it works out. I think that'd be cool. Can Schmeef wants to know, hey Mad Mole, I've got a question regarding the vending machines. Will we be able to charge our own prices? No. The price, you might be able to set a discount, but I don't think you can say, hey, my shit's worth 10 times what it's worth. I think it's going to be the standard pricing, but who knows? That stuff's all kind of new, and once we get into testing it and playing it, we might decide, hey, you know what? That would be really cool. So I'm not going to say no, but currently it's not really doable. I think you can maybe set a discount down the road, but I don't even think that's possible yet. But anyway, D. Lorenzo, please add mechanisms. For example, drawbridge that work to counterbalance, or traps that are hung to a tree when it becomes, well, we just showed you a drawbridge. When it comes to a zombie and then touches his feet and picks up on top. What are you gonna do with the zombie hanging from his feet? I mean, you want to like poke a stick at him? I don't see the value in that. Why not? We have landmines, blow them up, they're dead, and it works. I just don't. This is a lot of work just so you can poke a stick into his eye or do weird shit to him. I don't get it. Working elevator. We have an elevator in the game. It's in the cheat menu. It works. It's not cool, but it's a proof. You guys could check it out. I think it's in there. I don't know. At least I thought it was in there. We're probably going to do them once. I think there's a couple of little issues that need to be fixed, but they're not perfect, but they work. So you could probably like try it out. And I really want to know, first of all, we improved the lighting that is very sore eyes. Yeah, we already did. Please pay attention if you're going to ask questions, because I've been talking, I've showed screenshots. We have all new lighting. We have all new um, shaders. We're redoing all the metals in the game to look better. So if you've looked at any of the videos I've done or any of the screenshots, all that crap you're complaining about has been fixed. We did it, in fact, like right after 14 come out. I was like, okay, as soon as we got that last Linux glitch fixed, I was like, all right, I'm sick of this crap. Let's fix this. So I I took Favelli, our graphics programmer, and I made him sit there with me, and it was like Friday night at midnight, and I hear his wife in the background. I'm like, come on, man. And he's getting ragged on and stuff. I'm just like, come on, let's get this fixed. In 1 more hour, we can have it done. Anyway, I probably ruined his night that night and made him work all night. But hey, it was like important, and we nailed it. The graphics look amazing, and the consoles are getting that patch in patch 2, and you guys are getting it in Alpha 15. So all the new improved shaders, the spectrums, the fog, the horizon, all that stuff's been redone. The character shaders are better, they're faster. There's less draw calls on the characters, and so this is a big thing. But yes, it's all done. You're getting it. TSBX again. Joel, how's the spear coming along? Is it still planned to be included? I'm gonna have to ask Ryan Rayner. Oh, that's who I forgot. Ryan. And I don't even know. I think he's working on more moving parts and stuff. So yeah, I think he made a spear, and we just need to like hook it up and get the spear retrieval code going. And that same spear retrieval code can be used to like pull arrows out, and it'll be probably helpful for placing like the sticky bomb that I want to do. Joselle, I don't know how to say your name. Why do people come up with names you can't pronounce? Joselle, is it? No, okay, it's Jose Littleson or something like that. I'm guessing. I'm thinking so. It's two names. It's two names. All right. One small and one not so small suggestion. Is it possible to fix the door rotation? You can see the metal doors that the push bars are outside, and the vault door opens to the inside. You can see, I don't understand. I guess I don't, sorry, I don't understand your question. Can we get an extra seat in the mini bike? Yeah, that was already asked. I doubt it. We'll see though. You can always build 2 mini bikes and you both ride. But yeah, that would be really cool. Hey dude, I'm stranded. I got wrecked. I need a ride to get my backpack, or it's dark and I'm gonna die. Can you please give me a ride? Yeah, that's cool. We'll push for it. I don't know if we could do that, it would be awesome. I would love to see that happen. I'll push for it. We'll see what happens, okay? And Zombie Horde wants to know, +1 to brass scrap question suggestion. You mentioned there would be radiation zones in the last vid. What will be the border of the map once this is implemented? The border will still be radiation. It'll just be lethal radiation, where the radiation in the world will be light radiation, where you can go into it, take some rad damage, and not die instantly. You can get in there and maybe get some loot, and maybe get out before you turn green and explode, like Arnold in Total Recall when he was on Mars or whatever. That's kind of how I visualize that. But yeah, so a real short time frame where you can get in, get the loot, and get out. And a rad suit will protect you from that some. You'll still probably take some rad damage, and you'll have to have medicine to like counteract the effects of that. CN Conrad wants to know, will Horde mode ever return? This is the golden question, and actually, I spent all week with Rick in his house in Dallas, and we talked about Horde mode, and it is coming back. When? I don't know. Maybe Alpha 15, maybe Alpha 16. He's getting excited about it, and the idea's got a lot of traction, and I think we're at a point now, and we have some, simple design changes that'll make it easier to manage. So we only took it out because it was just like, this is too much to maintain, and we've got way better engine framework now, so I think we can easily maintain it. So we're going to put it back in. Yeah, and it does make for a few hours of gameplay with action. It's great. It's also a good test bed to kind of see what the 7-day hordes are like, or what the tower defense core loop feels like without like sitting there and waiting for 7 days or manually spawning hordes or whatever. You can just kind of get in there and do your thing. It's cool. So yeah, we want to bring horde mode back. And that's the first. Yep. Okay, so Mimic. In a previous episode, you said that you would rather improve sound effects rather than add an option to disable them. Would you consider the option to disable eating and drinking sound effects, a volume slider independent from other sound effects or tone? Why? Is it annoying? I know it's supposed to be silly, but some of us are annoyed by hearing someone chewing with their mouth open. And it's an apocalypse. Everybody's going to be like eating like a prisoner or a person who's been starving. They're going to wolf that food down and make gross noises, and I don't think they're too, it's not like disgusting. It's not like someone slurping on their cereal bowl. There's a couple gulps. I don't think it's too obnoxious. So we're definitely not catering to that. You can go into the Sound XML and edit those sounds yourself if they bother you. It's easy to mod, but no, we're not going to change it. Jax Teller, hey buddy, how you doing? We hung out last night on the stream, and you were like really cool and bought somebody a free copy of the game, a total stranger. So Pimp of the Week is Jax Teller. I'll have Roland change your title. Anyway, missed asking you some questions the first time around. First major congrats on the console release. Thank you, Jax. I'm still going to get my copy signed somehow, some way by you. Yeah, I'm all for it. I will sign your copy. I'll send you my address and you can mail it, or I'll buy you a copy and send it to you. We'll figure it out. Anyway, first question regarding NPC on a Horde night. Will there be chances when bandits can join the party at the same time a Horde shows up? And can this lead to some fun and interesting battles between all three? I'm not sure we'll do that. It'll probably be either a bandit horde or a zombie horde, just so that, the fights are, I mean, it might be possible. There might be some weird overlap cases but most likely the way the hordes work, I don't see that happening, because they're kind of like singular, and that hordes can, if I mix them together, they'll just start killing each other and they won't even show up to your base. So probably not. But I'm sure you're going to see some random encounters where a zombie is definitely going to run into some NPCs, and they're going to get into it. Second question: will we be able to set our own prices? Probably not. Maybe you can discount it, is what I told some guy earlier. I'm not sure though. Maybe down the road. Third question: with water being so present in random world gen right now, will there be a chance to see some type of boat? Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier we're going to try to do some boats. Doesn't have to be a huge boat or fancy, just maybe a floating raft. That's what I'm thinking, is something simple and basic. But if we do one, we might as well do a few. You could have a kind of the basic raft, and then maybe craft a motor, and you can craft like a little smaller speedboat or something better and faster. Maybe not a speedboat, but you know what I mean. Something with a motor. Fourth question: are melee weapons done, or will we see any new additions like a sword or a spear? I think we're going to do a spear. I think someone made one. I thought I told Ryan to make one. So we'll see what's up with that. And I don't know about swords. I mean, we have a machete, so it seems a little redundant, but we'll see. Seems to me like that's something the modding audience is going to do, but maybe. I think there's still some room for some more melee weapons than what we have for sure. And you're welcome for picking my brain. Page 4. That's lagging. Why is it not loading page 4? Okay. Agility 92. Hey Mad Mole, I don't often browse the forum, so forgive me if this question has already been answered, but I noticed when you posted the video on vending machines that you had 20,000. Because of this, I assume there's going to be a universal currency beyond simply trading crafting items. So if so, could you tell me? It's the Duke coin. So those little coins that you've been finding in Alpha 14 and prior to that, that is the currency. They're called Dukes, casino chips, Dukes for short, and that is the monetary system of 7 days to die. Bran, hi, loving the regular videos. Great idea. Glad you like it. I'm liking it too. Just wanted to know if it would be possible at some point to make another map editor for moving buildings from one map to another, like a cut and paste of a building. I don't know. I don't know enough about that to answer that accurately. I know it's a little involved, so I don't know. Another question is, when the NPC traders have a camp destroyed, will they fix it? You know, I've got this idea that everybody likes, and the idea was kind of like a blueprint system where you could buy blueprints, and then you place it down, and you see the whole thing, the whole fort of this, you know, it could be a castle, it could be a one-man shack, it could be a tent, whatever. It just shows like this, it's like we'll take a prefab, and then we'll convert it to this blueprint, and then basically you would see a transparent ghosted image of this thing project onto the screen where you place it, and then you put it down, and when you're in build mode it would kind of like highlight this thing, and you could just go, NPCs would go around and upgrade these blocks and turn them into solid blocks, so they'd be transparent. And you know, it's just an idea we had, but I could see that as a way for them to know how to actually repair a base. So if we put that in, it would be a no-brainer that the NPCs would actually be able to fix their camps up. So I'm hoping that idea I had makes it in, and then the NPCs can fix their camps up as long as they have the resources and that kind of thing. And I was even thinking if a player bought one of those, or you know, you had these blueprints, you put it down, and the NPCs could actually repair your walls if it was a blueprinted design. So we'll see. Another question is, when the NPC traders have their camp destroyed, will they fix it? I don't know. We're still working on that. I hope so, because it just would seem dumb if their stuff didn't repair. Will he respawn if he's killed? Most likely. You know, it just seems crazy to put these guys in if they don't respawn. Also, what bug fixes will be in the next patch? Will zombie fall damage return? I don't know. We fixed hundreds of bugs for console after Alpha 14.7, so, or, you know, before you guys got 7. During the whole time, we were fixing stuff. So, yes, Alpha 15 will have lots of bugs. Will fall damage return? Probably not. I mean, isn't their legs smashing and them becoming crawlers good enough? The reason... It's not that they don't get damaged. They do get damaged from falls, but the thing is, we changed it so their legs don't kill them. So they don't need legs to live. As you can see, they're zombies, and all they care about is, you know, if they have a torso and a brain, they're coming at you. So it's like any zombie movie. We even want to make like a more of a hardcore mode, so you can only headshot them. So even body damage doesn't hurt them. That's kind of like the ultimate zombie mode to me. It's like Walking Dead, you know, you have to shoot them in the head to kill them. So at some point we're putting that in as an option for the guys that want a more hardcore game. So I don't know, you know, maybe we could have a light mode where their legs are part of their hit point pool again, but we'll see. Guppy Kerr again. Sort of off topic, but I bet others are curious like me how the console release went. As expected, better, worse? If you could go back in time, would you have changed anything? Do you own those systems? How does the play experience compare? How does the dev experience compare? It's going really, really good. Maybe better than I expected, actually. You know, it's a little different. You know, developing on a console and you know, and working with the porting team. You know, it's a little bit different flavor. But you know, we got it done, and you know, we're still patching it and working on it. So you know, it's all good. How does the play experience compare? The controls are come out, you know, pretty good. You know, Rick kind of worked on that and made sure that was cool. He's more of a console guy than I am. I'm the PC elitist dude, so I'm not the guy to ask that question. You know, but I know a lot of people love the couch play and all that, but you know, I'm more of a PC guy myself, and you know, I'm just into development. You know, I don't really play console games that much. I've got I've got all the consoles here at the house. To me though, I'm such an old school Quake player. If I don't have a mouse and a keyboard, I'm just not interested. That's just me though, you know. But I play it on the console when I test bugs and stuff, and it's fine. I get on there and it's like, hey, this is pretty cool, you know. It's all right. The controller fits in your hand. It's got. I can see that, you know, why people like it, but you know, to me, I'm old school and I like my keyboard and my mouse. And TSBX, will we see other blocks able to take advantage of the dynamic placement like the new catwalks? Chain link fence, for an example. Maybe, you know, I'm not sure if you know which block is adjacent. We'd have to experiment with it, but maybe so. I want to do more. I want to do more of it, that's for sure. Foppin'. Hey, Mad Mole. I wonder if you guys have any plans on making more specialized zombies like the Spider Screamer and the Cop. Yes, if you watched my earlier video I did today, you're going to see that we have UMA zombies now, and they're going to be bosses and special. I don't have time to like watch these videos while everyone's watching, so I don't know what. I can't answer that. Sorry. King Leoric, one more question. I saw a post that reminded me of it. That's talking about something I'm not going to look at right now. Sorry. Shortwave radio. After electricity is implemented, any plans to add a shortwave radio station to our base? We're talking about walkie-talkies, and then those will just be battery powered, or you craft it and they'll just last and work. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe they'll have to be charged. But yeah, we're talking about having walkie-talkies and frequencies so you can communicate, you know, without TeamSpeak, you know, and you can have a group channel so you guys are all getting the same broadcast. There will be like bounty boards where an NPC could say, hey, we've got a bounty on, you know, on this guy here, you know, he's wanted for murder, blah, 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 stealing, who knows what exactly the broadcast you would hear, but the gist of it is you would get a quest and a bounty, and you would get money for killing a player or an NPC on these bounty boards, and you would get random quests where people could all participate in. So it's going to be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about it. Sun God, howdy Mad Mole. Longtime fan since Alpha 5. I know you are. I've seen your icon like forever, so I know you've been here quite a while. Thanks for the great vids lately. You're welcome. My questions are primarily about dedicated server gameplay. Number one, land claim enforcement is still a bit spotty as non-friend players can have overlapping claims. Well, how is that possible? I know they have a dead space. Are they going to get some McLovin? Yes, we have a big land claim overhaul planned, and I think it's happening Alpha 15. Lathan's going to do it. Lathan's the other guy, I forgot. See, we got so many new guys. I'm just like, hard for me to remember everybody on the team. But yeah, the team has grown, and Lathan, he's done all the GUI stuff. He did the vending machines, and he's doing a great job, and he's going to do the land claim improvements. So I don't see how they could have overlapping claims when there's a dead space preventing you from placing anything within that dead space. Is it because the dead space is touch? Maybe, I'm not sure. So let me know, paste that answer into the Alpha 15 thread, and we want to make sure that that's not possible. And number 2, random world gen. Understandably, it's lower priority than Navis game, but what are the long-term hopes for random gen? We've seen it morph and change over time, so we would like to hear what the pimps want to take it in the future. Talked about it briefly already. Basically, pre-generation, improved algorithms, improved appearance, roads, rivers, all the different biomes, better transitions, maybe even a man-made central hub that's gorgeous, and then everything outside of that random. We'll see, but maybe we'll do whole blocks that are man-made and placed into there. We have some ideas, and I'm sure it's going to be totally awesome when it's done. We're going to put some serious time into it at some point, but until then, we have to use what we've got for now. Patty Bonder wants to know, Mad Mole, do you plan any changes to the SI, structural integrity? I guess they're talking about that. Would be nice to have a modifier for the stability glue property depending on the side and type of the block. That seems too complicated. I mean, you want it better or worse in certain cases. It might be, for example, a ramp would have 100% glue on the 2 sides, 50 on the 2 sides. I don't know. To me, that seems complicated, and people aren't going to get it, and stuff will be collapsing, and they'll be like, "Why is this falling in? I don't know." So I don't know. Brian, 9824. Any plans to introduce ranges to the XML files, especially for zombies? It would be very nice to make their move speed. No, their move speed is pretty much set because they're motion captured now, and the actual animation dictates their speed. And they all move at different speeds because they have different walks, so they should be doing that already. I mean, I tested that pretty extensively, and I could increase the playback speed of their animation to make them walk faster, but I'm not sure it would really look good. I think the actor that, playing it in its unedited default speed that the actual motion capture actor did it at is great. I think they all, I could play around with it and see if it really helps, but I think, Bo definitely walks way faster than the crippled dude. I mean, they all kind of have different speeds already. Number 2, will it be possible to befriend bandits? I don't know yet. I mean, no right now, and maybe in the future. Weapon customization, any chance to get skills or perks that let you modify gear you make. For example, perks to make weapons and special modifiers to craft attachments. We'll see. Weapons are going to get some more stuff down the road. I mean, at least legendary parts are kind of planned. Maybe more mods, but we'll see. Low of Green wants to know, could you show the new animal models in the videos and maybe some of their current state of function behavior? I am aware that they're not yet ready. A little sneak preview. We'll see. When I got something ready to show, we'll show it. So they're getting close. I'd rather wait till they're done. I think I already posted the bear on my Tumblr page, Joel Hunick, tumblr.com, something like that. You can find the bear in there. And the snake, he needs to get checked in and then rigged, and then I can show him. And the wolf is still being textured, but it's really close. Extra kicking, got 2 questions. When selling an item to a trader, is there any way to know how much money you will receive upon selling the said item? Yeah, I believe it shows the price right there on the top right, where you can see the value of the trade or whatever. And so we have bandits and traders. Will we see other survivor NPCs, like some people who won't attack the player but doesn't trade anything, either just walking around scavenging? Normal survivors like you, that is. I'm not sure about Alpha 15, but yeah, at some point there's going to be NPCs in the game. Space for Ace. Could we possibly get a sneak peek of the new bears and snakes? I just covered that. We heard about a drivable car in a future alpha. Any other vehicles? Already talked about that. And we opened up sealed crates in the stores only to find nothing in some of them. Will that be addressed? No, that's the nature of random loot. Maybe somebody nailed it back shut to be a jerk. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we could maybe guarantee that there's always something in those, so maybe that's not a big deal to fix. And this is just a +1 to what someone else said. All right, we're about done here. I was about ready to call it quits, but I'll try and soldier on here for you guys. Please consider adding, like, the idea of horses. You're going to have to feed them. That is a drain. Maybe not. Maybe they'll just eat grass. Maybe, you know, I don't know if you have to feed them. Maybe they can just eat grass or something. We'll see. Or you could just have like a feeder thing and you put a bunch of crap in it and they'll just kind of go over there when you're idle and eat. I would love to see the ability to snare, trap rabbits and or chickens. Chicken hutch. Yeah, we've talked about chicken coops several times. Rather see coyotes than wolves. Too late, buddy. Wolves are in, and that's pretty much it. We're not going to change it to a coyote when we spent like a month modeling and texturing this wolf and made saddlebags and armor for it and all that stuff. So we're not switching to a coyote. Nests and trees. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of hard to do. What happens when you chop down a tree with a treehouse in it? What do you think happens? The tree and everything comes down. And also, can you build tree houses on streets, lights? Probably, if we make the change that we did to the tree block properties, that would be easy. Question from Jorge is about feathers and renewable resources on those. You know, probably not going to mess with fallen tree mechanics, but end up doing something like chicken farming or chicken coop. Maybe, you know, we'll see how all that turns out. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and all that jazz, and I will see you guys next weekend. Have a good 4th of July.